Episode 250 of UFO Buster Radio News. And we don't have necessarily alien UFO news, but it's in a way it's kind of like aliens. It is because we're still trying to figure out what the 4.24 flux is happening in deep space, because we barely know what's happening 2 planets from us. Yeah, but we still write papers about it. We still have peer-reviewed documents that say that every study is accurate and written to the best of the ability of the author, which doesn't say much. It actually doesn't say a damn thing. I want to thank Ronnie Dawson for being on a podcast yesterday, impromptu, and Mrs. Dawson for shutting down the idea of having Ronnie Dawson appear in September in Nevada, to take on the Area 51 situation. I just got to say this, Mrs. Dawson, if you're listening, Ronnie Dawson is the blue-collar representative of what is ufology today. It's not Stephen Greer. It's not all these other guys. It's not. It's Ronnie Dawson. Ronnie Dawson is the man when it comes to this, because he's being ignored by the mainstream of ufology. If you can believe that basically there's a bunch of people out there who are trying to ignore his story for some reason or another. They just don't like it. That's all I'm saying. They absolutely are trying to stomp on his story, and you're part of that story, to be honest. Yeah. I wish I had a sad song I can play, but I think that Ronnie's situation should be all about war. I know you hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to put this to you. While you're listening to this grandiose, magnificent song in the background, what if we got together a GoFundMe page to send the one and only Ronnie Dawson to Area 51? Guns a blazing and all. I mean, he could say, hey, listen, take some bullets if you want. But I think Ronnie Dawson is going to be a hit in Area 51. Just listen to this song. It's so epic. It feels like Ronnie Dawson is going to be wearing an Iron Man suit and going down there and just being himself. Can you, Ronnie, I know you're listening. I know you can feel it. What if we get together a GoFundMe page to get you at the end of September in Nevada to raid them, to run faster than their bullets, to Naturu run them in your Iron Man costume? Come on. What better offer can you get? I think we need to send Ronnie Dawson as an emissary from UFO Buster Radio to Nevada. And I'm just going to throw that out there just because I can, because I live several miles away from Ronnie Dawson, so I know Mrs. Dawson's not going to come after me. She's not going to make it out here to San Antonio. So I can say that. I can say that from the safety of my home right now. But I think it's a fantastic idea. I think Ronnie Dawson should be out there taking care of business, as they say, carrying his 6-shooter to make sure things don't get out of hand, and also report to us live from Nevada, or the casinos. I don't know. He might not even want to go to Area 51 and hang out in the casinos and fake it like he's out there. He's winning and getting free drinks, whatever. I'm just saying, it's a good idea. Now, something that I don't do regularly on a podcast, but I do it on social media. And if you don't follow me, you're missing it. Facebook pages, Manny Moonwork at UFO Buster Radio, the Twitter page at UFO Buster Radio, and the Instagram page at Manny Moonraker. If you don't follow me on these, you don't see this. But I actually try my best to acknowledge the people that are listening, at least on Spreaker. Like I said, it's pay for play, so that's the way podcasters are treated. You're not going to get any data unless you pay for it. So the only place that I pay for it is Spreaker. And I just want to acknowledge that this week is the beginning of the week for the data nuts, the data junkies. August 18 is day one. Top of the list of cities across the world, the top 10 cities. I just want to just run this through you guys. That way you understand. You're not alone. If you're listening in the U.S. or Australia, the UK, China, Japan, whatever the fuck you are, you're not alone in listening to the wild man, Manny Moonraker. I just want you to know that. So, top of the list. Number one, Paris, France. Number one this week, starting today, August 18th, Paris, France. Washington, D.C. That one kind of scares me a little bit. I feel like the feds are listening. NSA, CIA. Hashtag kiss my ass. Sweden. If you're in Sweden right now, I just want to say this. I have no idea how the fuck to pronounce your city, but I encourage you to call us or even go through Skype and let me know how you pronounce the city, why you listen to UFO Buster Radio, and do you have any UFO sightings you want to report? That's what I want to know. San Antonio, Texas. No fucks given. That's probably me. Los Angeles, California. Yeah, we know what's going down in Los Angeles. You can't fool anybody. Hold on a second. Let me just play a song while I'm doing this because this is the end of the world. The other place that Ellis Scott City, Maryland, welcome. Chicago, Illinois, welcome. Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, thank you for joining. The top 10 countries starting the 18th of August 2019. United States, no shit. Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, France, Sweden, New Zealand, Ireland, Spain, and Japan. It is the end of the world if you're listening to UFO Buster Radio because, shit, that means you basically scraped the very bottom of the barrel when it comes to ufology. So, just last week, Denver, Colorado, Hubbard, Ohio, Columbia, Maryland, Canton, Michigan, Longwood, Florida, Lenoir, North Carolina, Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey, Dundalk, Maryland, Toronto, Canada, Orlando, Florida, which is not too far from Longwood. Why would anyone name a city Longwood? Are you serious? Only retirees go there. They ain't no Longwood there. Countries last week were United States, Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, New Zealand, Brazil. Gotta love Brazil. They're crazy. France, Japan, Norway, and Ireland. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that UFO Buster Radio is everywhere, and as of today, we passed 300,000 downloads on Spreaker, 300 plays. It is the end of the world. I'm not lying. That's why I'm playing this song right now. It totally, truly is the end of the world. If you're listening to Manny Moonraker and you're not listening to somebody else that I don't know, I guess it's not as violent, not as vocal, not as negative as I am. But the fact is that I'm giving you the story from the truth, from the blue collar perspective. I'm not here to sell people's books or to, kiss somebody's ass on their perspective. I'm here to give you the real deal. My reaction, right? Natural, clear, and unadulterated reaction of what I see and what I read. And that's what's coming up next. Let me just, hold on a second. I know you guys like that song, but I need to cut it out. That's basically what UFO Buster Radio is about. So yesterday, by calling Ronnie Dawson, where else does that happen? Doesn't happen anywhere else. I conduct my business as I do. Plain and simple. I'm not held by any other standards but mine. But I appreciate you guys for listening. I appreciate you guys for downloading and playing. But you know already what you get when it comes to UFO Buster Radio and Manny Moonraker. Plain and simple. So let's get into today's article because we got more science nonsense to talk about. The story today comes to you by the folks that do science. Yeah, science is again. You know, I've been having the last few episodes. I've been kind of like pooping and crapping all over science when it comes to, I don't know, the ideas about how things work. Basically, you know, coming up with postulates and theories, but yet their colleagues of said scientists kind of contradict what they're saying. It's like you guys need to get your heads together. If you're doing a peer-reviewed article, then maybe have someone from an opposing point of view or a point of view that makes no fucking sense to what you're doing. Review what the hell you're publishing, because a lot of times the shit just does not make sense. Today's article has to do with radio signals. Astronomers in Canada, Canada with the Putin. Big O is crazy about Putin, though he's never had it, but he is willing to go somewhere to, you know, have some Putin, that gravy-licious fries. He's probably listening right now and salivating. But anyway, astronomers in Canada have just found and encountered mysterious radio signals coming from deep space. Could these be proof of alien life, or is something else entirely? There's something important in this, and you guys have to look at this article. I want you to go ahead and click it. The link is in the description, and it goes to Express UK. I know it is not of your favorite to go there. However, Express UK has basically been the place where people go for things that are having to do with aliens and UFOs and science. It's not space.com. When you put those three together, you go to Express UK. That's just the way it's been. There's no way to, turn your back on that or think that you're going to go anywhere else to find this kind of news. That's just the way it is. So suck it up. Pull yourself up by those big girl panties and move on. What they're talking about is fast radio bursts, or FRBs. And we've talked about this on the podcast so many times. FRBs are, for the most part, happening at random. They get caught every once in a while. What the issue is right now, it's thanks to Canada's CHIME radio telescope in British Columbia. They've actually identified 8 of those FRBs, and they are basically seeing a pattern. That there could be a way to maybe at one time kind of map where these FRBs are coming from. Now, since 2007, people have pretty much postulated that these FRBs may be coming from, artificial signals or structures, not from maybe stars that are giving off these fast bursts of signal. They're not coming from maybe alien structures or whatever. But nobody knows. The first FRB was discovered back in 2007, and people are kind of confused because the FRBs happen all the damn time. They're constant, but they happen at random. There was one point in an article that I read was that someone was saying maybe this is a result of interstellar travel. When ships travel in between, the folding of time, in order to skip ahead a few billion light years, they give off an FRB. There's also been ideas that FRBs are coming from technologies, not just simple technology like cell phones or radios. Significant megastructures are giving off FRBs. Then there's those that say that these are neutron stars that are at random giving off fast radio bursts and are being picked up by people on the planet. Whatever it is, if you take into consideration what we've talked about as far as the knowledge and the scope of the ability of today's scientific community to put together and really present to us what's happening in our solar system, in our galaxy, and then in our universe, you know that there is a lackluster amount of activity that's happening there. And so for anyone in the science community to try to figure out what an FRB is 4.2 far fucked. You're going to get a bunch of random, crazy ideas and theories that at the end of the day, when they figure this out, it's going to be nothing near what they've been saying right now. Yeah, that's the truth. And you guys know that just as much as I do, or Big O, or anyone else that's into this particular topic. McGill Space Institute PhD student Praguya Chawala, sorry if I fucked their name up, co-authored the paper and said discovering A sources like this is so important because it says we have a lot more repeating FRBs and can figure out the environments and the galaxies these FRBs are located in if we follow them with other telescopes. And again, shit's been happening since 2007. That is 12 years. 12 years, and today they're saying maybe if we pay more attention, we'd be able to tell where the fuck they're coming from. That's science for you. That is what it is. Now, a description that many scientists give regarding FRBs is that basically these would be like signals 1,000 times weaker than a mobile phone found on the surface of the moon. Yeah. But if you know that, how is it exactly you're finding them? That just makes no clue. But scientists, of course, are befuddled by the idea that they have no clue whether or not these origins are artificial or natural. They can't figure that out. And Victoria Caspi, an astrophysicist at McGill University, told CBC, that is a Canadian channel, the first biggest conclusion is that this is not an anomalous phenomena. This is for real. So they know this is not happening just for fuck's sakes out of the random situation. It's never going to happen again. It's a real phenomena. It continues to happen. No one in the science community knows why, how, when, how often. They have no clue. 7 years so far. 12 years actually. And they still haven't figured it out. Caspi continues to say it just takes time and patience to find them. And 2, it offers the opportunity to localize them. And that's a huge deal in the FRB field. That's all it is. They're basically telling us they're clueless. One question is, can FRBs be signals from alien civilizations? And that has been a long, heated discussion around the origins of FRBs. And our favorite professor, Abraham Loeb, from the University of Harvard, kind of tells everyone that he talks to that you can't discount these. You can't just say, oh, it's a random neutron star. It's a random event in space. He says we still have no clue on whether the origin is artificial or natural. The origin of FRBs is still a mystery. The data at hand is not sufficient to reveal the identity of the source. Most astronomers, however, believe FRBs are created by large-scale astronomical phenomena. And that's fascinating. Like you really know from this article, you get the sense that they have no idea what an FRB is. After 12 years, they have no clue. Now, what's funny is we recently had a lot of people reporting that they've seen that the black hole at the center of the Milky Way galaxy is flashing. Actually, it was flashing back in June. I would think there aren't too many things that are as large as a black hole flashing light, especially when all it does is suck up light. You would think that that flashing black hole is going through an astronomical event of biblical proportions if it's giving off light. Why doesn't that have an FRB attached to it? Why didn't we hear a fast burst radio signal from that particular black hole? Maybe these things are not astronomical events. Because we clearly, and the video, it's all over the internet, it's on Twitter, you can see it. The black hole is actually putting out flashes of light. So either it freaking sucked up something massive, something was coming out of it, but whatever it was, it didn't give off a fast radio burst. This is where science needs to get together with other scientists, writing papers, and figure out what the fuck is going on. Because your stories are not matching. That's the end of today's podcast. The link is in the description. You can check this radio article out and see what you think about these fast radio signals. It's up to you. You got to make your decision as to what it means. Is it all a bunch of foobar? Is it just stuff they're making up just to get along, write their papers, and move on to the next level? It could be. But yesterday's podcast actually took us past the 300,000 mark when it comes to plays and downloads on Spreaker.com. So I've got a special song for you guys because there is nobody like the listeners of UFO Buster Radio. But with that being said, I count on you to spread the word, have others that are like-minded listen, and enjoy the fact that this is not a podcast that's about selling things like other people's work, but it's about holding people accountable to the nonsense that they publish and promote. That's where the Buster comes in. Ciao.
Jump into the car on a Friday night. I wanna drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town. I've never seen a sky so blue. We don't ever play it and the night is young. It doesn't matter what we do. There ain't nobody like. There ain't nobody like. You look so beautiful. And I'm so lucky to be yours. And you're taking me to be yours. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like you. drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town. I've never seen a sky so blue.